Have you ever stepped away from your normal life, just for a moment, and returned with something more? Not just memories, but ideas, lines, or whole poems. Because sometimes the best thing you can do for your creativity is leave your routine behind. Hello my friends, Gary Goers and fellow poets, welcome back to the channel. I've just returned from two very different adventures. A week in Budapest and a birthday weekend at the Lake District, walking the Wordsworth Way. And I came back buzzing. Not just with souvenirs, but with sound bites, with words and phrases and voices. I'm not crazy. Well, I am crazy, but moving on. Visions, seeds of poems I didn't even know were waiting for me. Today's video is about how travel, big or small, can help enhance your poetry. And even if you're not hopping on a plane anytime soon, this video is for you too. Let's be real. As much as routine can help us produce work, it can also become a cage. Same desk, same walk, same weather, same people, same emotional rhythm. And slowly, creativity begins to feel like clockwork, predictable, muted. That's why travel, whether it's 2 hours away or across a whole continent, can be the most powerful reset for a poet. New places create new metaphors, new sounds, new emotional weather systems. Budapest was alive. The architecture, the language, the thermal baths, the coffee shops tucked into courtyards like little secrets. I kept overhearing snippets of conversations. Okay, I might not have understood every single word, but I felt the conversations that were being had. And that's the thing. You don't need to understand the language to hear the poetry of a place. I wrote half a stanza in a marketplace just watching an elderly couple share a pastry in silence together. Strangers gift you poems. I've said it many times before and I'll say it again. And then from city life to stillness, the Lake District. Green rolling hills, mist, mountains, poetry carved into the landscape itself. I walked the Wordsworth Way for my birthday, and I'll be honest, there were moments that I didn't feel like a poet. I felt like someone who was just breathing again, just living, being. But that was the poetry, right? That space, that time, that pause. When you walk the same paths a well-known poet like Wordsworth walked, you feel the poetry in your ankles. And no, that's not a reference to being unfit and trying to climb steep mountains. But in moments like that you do realise that every poet is just a person who paid attention. Nature speaks to you. It gifts you. Like strangers, it gifts you lines and stanzas and whole poems if you just listen. Now I know some of you may be thinking, oh well that's great for you Adam, but I can't get to Budapest. And I get it, I really, really do. But let me say this really clearly. You don't need a passport to travel as a poet. Some of my most powerful poems came from a park 15 minutes up the road. It's not about the scale of the journey, it's about the shift. Go to the next town over, sit in a cafe you've never entered before, take a new route home, or, yes, speak to someone you don't know. I know that's scary, I get it, but try it. Even local travel changes your lens. And that's all a poet needs. The one book that completely changed the course of my life was Jack Kerouac's On the Road, where he hitchhikes across America. But you can also think about Mary Oliver, walking the woods over and over but always seeing something new. Or Seamus Heaney digging deep into rural Irish life and finding whole worlds in a shovel. They didn't just travel for luxury, they observed wherever they went. And that is the real poet's gift. And that is the real poet's gift. The ability to turn something ordinary into extraordinary, extraordinary, however you want to say it. So here's how to turn any journey, far or near, into a poetic one. Keep a travel notebook. As I say, I've got this little thing that I took to Budapest with me and the Lake District, and I had little scribblings. Write scraps, overheard lines, and feelings you don't yet understand. 2. Don't rush. Poetry doesn't like fast pace. Sit still, watch longer, notice more. 3. Oh goodness, it's this one again. Talk to strangers. They're walking anthologies. They really will give you so much, I promise you. And then finally, let go of structure. Don't force a poem while you're away. You are there to enjoy yourself too. Just collect. Let it simmer. It's fine. The poems will come when you're ready. So I've got some prompts for you. Here's something to try this week, no matter where you are. Go somewhere unfamiliar. Stay for at least an hour. Don't scroll. Don't rush. Just listen, observe, and feel. Then write one sentence about what you saw or felt. Just one. See where that takes you. Have you ever returned from a trip, big or small, and felt creatively charged? What did you notice? What changed? Drop a comment and share your story. Let's inspire each other with the places that stirred something inside. And if this video brought a little bit of a spark back to your creative brain, hit like and subscribe. And check out my other video, how to write a poem that resonates with every heart. The truth is, we don't travel to escape our lives. We travel to return to ourselves with a wider lens, to remind our hearts that there's more to feel, more to see, more to write about. And wherever you go, even if it's just down the road, if you go with a poet's heart, you'll come back with something worth writing about. Because the world is always whispering, and it's the poet's job to listen.